much. In fact, I want that bloody welcome everywhere I go now. I want to go to Starbucks tomorrow and they go, Cappuccino Lee, way! I want to get the doctor's surgery and they go, Lee, Alleston, and go, way! You've got syphilis, what? So, any parents or grandparents in the room? Parents. I don't feel sorry for you, I just want to know where you are. Carnage, absolute carnage in my house this morning. There was Cocopops, milk, all over the floor. There was tears, there was tantrum, there was screaming, there was the stamping of the feet. Because everybody knows Cocopops go in a red bowl, not a blue bowl. Everybody knows Cocopops are served with the Spider-Man spoon, not the Thomas the Tank Engine spoon. I don't have any children, I live alone. But look, I know what bowl I want my fucking Cocopops in, right? Of course, I've not always been single, but single life does have its advantages. So, first of all, I can go with my mates every single Saturday night. They're not allowed out Saturday nights, they're married with children, but I could go out with them if I wanted to. I get a lot of DIY done around the house. A lot of DIY. I must close the blinds more often, the neighbours don't like it. Yeah, it's resignating a bit too much with some of that on around there, isn't it? But the big one for me is when I go supermarket shopping, and I'm almost embarrassed to say this, and some of you are going to look at me with disgust, but when I go supermarket shopping, I don't like it when girls put girly things in the trolley, in the basket. I get cringy about it, and you know the sort of stuff I'm talking about. Yoghurt, bananas, muesli, that kind of stuff. You're with me, aren't you, Joe? You're with me, exactly. I was in a very highbrow supermarket only a couple of weeks ago, and I did my shopping, and I got to the checkout, and the young lady behind the reception, the young lady behind the counter was scanning my goods, and she's looking at me, looking down at my goods, looking at me. She's got a cheeky little smile going on. Got a little bit of a glint in her eye, and I thought, hello. That's not even fucking funny. What are you laughing for? She went, I said, hello. I've still got it. I've not lost the old Lee magic. I've still got it. And she said to me, she went, are you single by any chance? And I'm like, fucking hallelujah. And I went, yes, I am. Maybe I overdid that a little bit. I am! Why'd you say that? You've got 7 microwave meals for one in your shop. And this is the problem, isn't it, with Lidl? You just can't get high-class cashiers like you used to.
You're right, I'm all right.
I am right, Joe, you're absolutely right, I am right. So I packed my goods into my Waitrose carrier bags, because we'll do that, didn't we? We'll take posh carrier bags.
Waitrose?
Thank you, Waitrose, good, yeah. We'll take
I do Tesco's.
She does Tesco's. I do Waitrose. I'm obviously a little bit posher than you are, Joe. But I think we might have established that in the first half, to be honest. So I packed my goods into my Waitrose carrier bag because we all do that, apart from Joe, who does Tesco's. But one week I was there and I forgot my Waitrose carrier bags, and I had to say to the girl, "Do you have any unbranded carrier bags?" And she looks at me as if I was on another planet. And they don't, by the way. FYI, Joe, next time you're there, if you forget your Tesco's bags...
No, you got M&S.
Thank you, okay. Well, they only have Lidl carrier bags. Jesus, that was a stressful drive home. Because all I kept thinking is, how many of us shopping out of the house into the front door without the neighbours seeing me? Because they'll think I've lost my job. And I swear to God, as I'm carrying the bags like this, trying to hide them, Daphne at number 29 was going, look, told you, George, he's lost his job. He's shopping at Lidl now. That's why his girlfriend's left him. That's why he's got no mates to go out with on a Saturday night. So, always take your Waitrose, or in your case, your Tesco's shopping bags. Of course, I've been in relationships before. I mean, look, you know. Right, okay. I've been in relationships before. I love it. I love a silent room. As did the last comedian, to be fair. I've been in relationships before, and one of the things I like about a new relationship... Is there anyone in a new relationship in this room, by the way? You're not, that's your brother! That's at least a 25-year-old relationship! Jeez, Louis! This is sheerness, isn't it? That's what it is! I'm from Kent, so I can take the piss all I like in this room. What I like about being in a new relationship is when you go out with each other, you go on a few dates, you have a bit of fun, And you know, after 2 or 3 months maybe, that little magic thing is going to happen soon. You can see it in the air, you can taste it, you can feel it. The anticipation is there, and of course, that little thing I'm talking about is when that 4-letter word is about to rear its little head. And of course, that 4-letter word is when a woman says to you, she's fine. Because when a woman says she's fine, she's not fucking fine! She's the antithesis of fine! Let me give you... I know, thank you, Joe, thank you. Let me give you an example. My last relationship, yes, my last one. Apparently, we went to a wedding and apparently I got too drunk and embarrassed myself. But it was alright, she was fine. Fine means she didn't talk to me for 2 days, but she was fine. Another time we went out for dinner and apparently I flirted with the waitress just a little bit too much. But it was okay, she was fine. Fine means she didn't talk to me for 3 fucking days. Let me tell you though, she wasn't fine about the syphilis. Go figure. So, what I do like though, I am a bit of a foodie and I do like to go out for dinner on a Friday or a Saturday night, and whenever I'm with somebody I say, should we go out this weekend? And my last one always used to say, yeah, let's go somewhere, and I'd say to her, great, where should we go? And men in the room, you would have heard this before, she would always say, I don't mind. You said it fine! You said it fine! I don't mind. So I said to her last time, should we go to the Indian? She said, oh no, I don't fancy Indian. I said, alright, should we go to the, what about that new Mexican that's open up? Oh no, I don't really fancy Mexican. I said, alright, what about the little Italian down the village? Should we go to...
Don't fancy that.
Thank you, Joe. God, it's like you were there. Don't fancy that. So I said to her, where do you want to go? She went, I don't mind.
No,
So I said...
Girls will decide what we want. They will decide what they want.
Well, I'll keep waiting for them to decide. In the meantime, I'll tell you the rest of the story, Joe. Bear with me. I said to her, why don't we try the new hotel that's got that bistro restaurant? They do everything. They do every kind of food you want. And she went, oh, that'd be lovely. Can we go there? It's very expensive. I said, yeah, we can go there. By the way, I'm having fucking Cocopops. So, on a different note, I like to travel a lot. I was on a plane a couple of weeks ago, heading somewhere, and I sat next to this guy. He was from one of the African countries. He was dripping in gold. He had a gold bracelet, he had a gold watch, he had gold teeth, he had gold necklaces. I couldn't take my eyes off of him. I just kept looking, and in the end he caught me looking. And he said to me, my friend, I'm the Prince of Ghana, do you know me? I said, of course I know you. You keep emailing me, asking me for my bank details every week. So on this particular trip, I was going to Amsterdam, strictly business. I went to all night strictly business, because you're looking at me like I'm some kind of perv. Some of you would be right, depending on what night of the week it is, to be honest with you. But I was in Amsterdam, and while I was there, though, I did have a sore shoulder. Coincidentally, in Amsterdam with a sore shoulder. And I thought, maybe there's somewhere here I can get a sports massage. Luckily, for those of you that don't know, in Amsterdam there are places you can get a sports massage. So I went into a place and I paid my money, and they said to me, look, just go into that room, lie down on the bed, put your head in the hole. Not the hole that some of you are already putting together with Amsterdam, not that kind of hole. So I lied in there, and I heard the masseuse come in, and I could hear her oiling up, which I thought was an unusual sound. And she said to me, just to let you know, she went, it's not unusual to get an erection during a massage. And I said, I think I'll be okay, actually. And she said, I wasn't talking about you. Within the next few minutes, I realised that deep tissue massage in Amsterdam is completely different from one that you might get here. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, particularly wouldn't pay for it again. But what I did do after that, I went out and I looked in the windows, and because you're in Amsterdam, you have to go and look at the girls in the windows, and it was different this time round. When I was there, when I was younger on stag do's, I'd look in the windows at these beautiful women, and I'd be thinking, oh, she's going to get it tonight. She's going to get the best €100 she's ever had. She's going to want to leave her pimp. She's going to want me to take her to England. She's probably going to marry me because I'm going to be the best ever. This time's different because I'm a little bit old, and I was looking in the window thinking, I bet she's cold. Why has she put a cardigan on? And it got me thinking about it. He goes, what do they do in the downtimes? Because there's downtime other things. So I thought, what do they do in the downtime? So I thought, maybe they do some kind of deals. Do they do a field deal instead of a meal deal? Do they do a bog offer? Buy one girlfriend, you get one free. And then I thought, I'm in marketing, so I thought maybe I can look at, something to help these girls along. So, first of all, maybe one of the supermarkets could sponsor the girls and say, Maria, everything you want from a whore and a little bit more. Maybe Nike could sell t-shirts on the way out. Just did it. And then I thought, Lee, come on, think bigger, you're better than that. So picture this. Shiny latex rubbing up and down your body. Hot lavender candle wax dripping across your nipples. Mahogany handled spanking paddles against your bare buttocks.
You're telling me on stop.
This isn't just any S&M, this is M&S S&M! So look, like a lot of things in my life, this has gone way quicker than I thought it would. So in the words now of my ex-girlfriend, you were fucking amazing tonight. Thank you so much, I've been Alleston.